So I basically, at this point, I've shut the bed and breakfast down. Cody actually said to me the other day, he's like, why don't you just move up there? No intention of doing that. And he was kind of surprised, he's like, oh, really? I was here at the very beginning. I helped start this family. It was me and him. We had plans. He loved me. For him to just be like, just go up there now.
Hey everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Remember how I told you in my last video that Kody Brown did an interview with Us Magazine, and he talks about how when he was sitting down with a certain wife in therapy, he explained to that certain wife that she can leave at any time.
However, any one of them, I feel like can. And I feel like they need to understand that they can leave. And the sad thing is when I've expressed that, like in times I've been sitting down with our family counselor and I've been saying, hey ladies, nobody's a prisoner here. If you don't like where you're at in this family, figure it out, make your choices, you're free. And my wives were offended by that. They were like, well,
she doesn't have to stay. And remember how he said he was really, really, really sad about Christine leaving? But he has not made any of those same statements about Meri. Well, this week in the new episode, Meri reveals that Cody asked her or suggested that she move back to Utah following her mother passing away. It's a shocking turn and probably the most bold move that Cody has made yet. Let's dive into what he had to say. And this gives a whole new spin on where Cody valued his wives and really where he places Meri within the family. And that is, he doesn't. Before we get into it, can you do me a huge favor and give this video a thumbs up? Also, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not yet subscribed, and turn those notifications on so you know when new content loads and if I go live. And as always, leave some comments if you like this kind of content. So as we're getting ready for the new episode, which will be episode 5 of this season, Cody is, it's now Meri's turn apparently to be the target of Cody. Cody's relationship with Meri and his relationship with Christine were very different. He was trying to fight to keep Christine there. He has not ever fought to keep Meri there. In fact, he would, I think, wants Meri to leave. She won't leave, and he constantly talks about how she doesn't leave. So naturally, when her mother passed away, her mother had been running her B&B. So she had purchased this house that her mom, that was in her family for decades, and her mom was running the bed and breakfast for her and living there. When her mom passed away, she had been faced with this idea of like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do with this place? Check it out.
So I basically, at this point, I've shut the bed and breakfast down. I just need the time to grieve myself, and then I need time to figure out what to do. Cody actually said to me the other day, he's like, why don't you just move up there? So I'm like, that was not my intention.
Meri explains that she has to close down the B&B for a little while and figure out what she's going to do. And when she talks to Cody about it, instead of getting advice about what she can do, his suggestion is, well, why don't you go move there and run the B&B? And she doesn't want to do that. She doesn't want to be a part of that. She doesn't want to run the B&B. And she apparently says, that's not my intention. Cody thought when she bought this place that this is where she was going to live, but apparently that was never the intention. So she's kind of, you can tell, offended here. And here comes Robyn to defend Cody. Check it out.
Well, Cody probably didn't mean this in a bad way. At the same time, it could be completely misunderstood to a point where it's, insensitive. And Cody does think out loud. He has a tendency to process and be creative out loud, and it's frightening sometimes. Maybe not even sensitive, you know? It was something that just didn't need to be said.
Ladies, if you have a husband and you use the word frightening when you speak about him, like if you call your husband frightening for saying what's on his mind, run. You should not be frightened by what your husband says, ever. And your husband should not frighten you. Secondly, Robyn, it is not your job to defend Cody saying things out loud. It is okay for you to say you agree or disagree. You don't have to constantly defend him and say, well, he just didn't mean it that way. He just says what he's thinking and he thinks out loud. No, stop lying to the public. You know, I watched this old episode and Meri said that Robyn is always extremely careful with her about what she says, but she also doesn't think that Robyn tells the truth. And I think that's the case. I don't think Robyn is telling the truth here. She knows what Cody was doing, but she's going to defend Cody because she's putting her will into his.
I never thought Meri bought this place so she would move there. She bought this so her family would have it back in her family. She's made that so abundantly clear that she's not going to live there. I can't tell you how many times she's made that abundantly clear.
So here comes Christine to defend Meri. Shocking, I know, because Meri has been dragging Christine now for weeks. But she says that she clearly understands that Meri has been very clear with the family. I'm not going to live there. This isn't for me to live. This is a business. Christine's implying that she understands that Cody knows that Meri has no intention to live there and yet still made the comment. Insensitive? No. Intentional, in my opinion, yes. What does Janelle have to say?
From the very beginning, she's not been interested in living there permanently.
Even Janelle says that she was not interested. So why is it that Robyn's defending Cody and Christine and Janelle are actually backing up Meri? Y'all, Meri, even your best friend won't support you, and she's supposed to be your best friend.
You know, I told him I didn't want to. I told him I had no intention of doing that, and he was kind of surprised. You know, he's like, oh, really? I was here at the very beginning. I helped start this family. It was me and him, and we had plans. He loved me. For him to just be like, you know, just go up there now, it didn't make sense.
So Meri takes her position as first wife very, very, literal. She made the decision to marry Cody. She was the one that was in the group. She brought Cody into the group with her, and so therefore she feels a sense of responsibility. And she claims ownership, and she's territorial, claiming that this is her family too. And so she feels like he's kicking her out. But, you know, Meri is so stubborn that she'll stay there even if she's not wanted. And it's clear. And she keeps expecting a different reaction from Cody when he's been clear to the public that he's not interested in her. And yet she still finds it offensive. What did she actually expect him to say? Did she expect him to say, well, Meri, we'll figure it out. We're together. Of course he was going to tell you to go, Meri. He said a week ago, if you don't like it, leave. He also said, if you can't respect me, leave. Cody doesn't like you. Leave. I mean, that's what he's saying. But she's very, very stubborn.
I guess I'm still just in this place with him, or he's still in this place where he thinks that, the point of me buying this was to get away. That really saddens me a lot.
So Meri says that Cody believes that she bought this place to leave the family, and that he still believes that. I think Cody's just being realistic here, Meri. You made the decision to buy this out of state. You placed the responsibility of running a business that you own with your mother, and you don't do the work to run it. Therefore, it's not a wild assumption to assume you would leave. And you bought this around the time of the catfishing incident. So again, not a shock that he would think that. And he doesn't like you, Meri. He doesn't want to be married to you, and he's told you you can leave, but you don't. I think she just continuously plays the victim and acts like she's shocked that he acts like this, when the truth is, this is who he is all the time, in my opinion. But what does Cody say?
The reason I'm suggesting this to Meri is Honestly, as a family anymore, it doesn't feel like we actually interact that much. I'm not even trying to push her away. She's laying this burden that she has at my feet about the struggle she has about what to do with Lizzie's Heritage Inn now that her mom's passed. And I'm like, well, here's a solution for you.
So for Cody, he said a couple seasons ago that he doesn't want to carry Meri's burden. He doesn't want to lift her burden. He doesn't want to help her. He finds whatever Meri does a burden. So if Meri comes to him about this inn, it's a burden. And he wasn't on board with this inn from the beginning. So his solution is, your mom has passed away. You have an inn. That's your business. Just go run it. Meri, and he admits, we don't live as a family. We don't talk. We don't see each other. Just move. I'm not even pushing her out. I mean, he kind of is without pushing her out, because you can't push someone out that's already out, right? Like if she's already been pushed out, how is telling her to leave pushing her out even more, right? I mean, she's been pushed out. Meri she's the person that wasn't invited to the family function, but never got notified that she wasn't invited and showed up anyway, and doesn't realize that she's no longer welcome. But she won't leave because she started this family and it was her. She's going to endure to the end because that's what you do. Poor Meri.
Trying to let Cody or anybody else in my family who thinks that I just want to move up here. It's like, I feel bad that after so long, we're still having this conversation.
Okay, so Meri says she feels bad that after so long, they're still having this conversation. I think it's clear that he doesn't want to move on from that conversation because to Cody, it's over. He has said it in so many direct ways. I'm not married to her. We're only together because of our religion. We don't see each other. We're divorced, but we're still married. He's said that he has no interest in rekindling anything. He doesn't ever want to go back to that space with her. He said that going back with her is it's such an awful sense to him that he won't even go there because his relationship with her was so horrible. Cody is not interested in this relationship at all. And Meri staying and and refusing to leave, and then also allowing this to continue to happen, because at this point, she's allowing this to happen. She's not welcome, won't leave, but he continues to be mean to her, and then she plays the victim. And it's a cycle that she uses, and she gets sympathy from the fans because he's so mean to her. But she's the one putting herself in the situation. She can leave, and she won't. She needs to leave, but she won't. Is that his fault, or is it hers? I would love you to tell me in the comments below. Bye, guys.